I need the whole left side. Every seat by the window, I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too, slide your feet over. Everything by this window, I need this. All these seats. Move over, thank you. Excuse me, thank you. Look. He deserve an EGOT, he hot, color like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, lethal weapons, lethal injections throughout your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady on the G. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, gang. How are we doing today on this lovely, what is it, Thursday morning? You know what time it is, early Thursday morning. I put breakfast on your... What's good, gang? How y'all doing today? Better late than never, right? Better late than never. I was here, I was ready. I'm ready. I'm always ready. What's good, Couch Potato? What's good? We're going to have a good one today. Motley Crue, Big Obi, Sassy, right? We got Tizzy, LCSD, Chapo in the building. Melanator. We just got in here and everybody's ready. Candy of the Lands, Positively Pepper Jones, Chris Man. What's good this morning, guys? Water in my cup. Stay hydrated today. It's going to be a smoker. Even though I saw that some people are getting snow today. I'm not even exaggerating. I think I saw somewhere. They said, no, about 2 days ago. Some states were looking at snow. I am not exaggerating, guys. DC in the building. Alicia, India, Poison Ivy. Did I say couch potatoes? I think I did. Lita 2, Depita, Gail, U4B, Tamara Star. Oh yeah, we're going to have a live one today. Get live, mother. 9-5, mother. Let me see what else we got going on. Yeah, Chapo, somewhere in America, it's like three states facing snow. They was facing snow about 2-3 days ago. Crazy. Big Obi, DC, Northeast DC. What's good? What's good? Northeast. I'm from everywhere. I got family everywhere in DC. Somewhere. Every block. Right? Everywhere. The 8th. It's a lot going on, gang. I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with Lupe Fiasco, guys. I don't need no more. I don't need no more interviews. I don't need no more conversations, no more excuses. I don't know if you guys know what is going on. Mr. Stacy, salute. I don't know if you guys understand. There's an air quality alert right here too on my computer. I'm going to try to stay hydrated. Try to talk slow. Stay cool. Because it's going to be a smoker. But salute to my guy, Company Man. Right? Jinxie in the building. My guy, Company Man. He had Lupe on last night on the Culture United. Right? And guys, it seems if you give Lupe too much time to talk, he gonna start saying silly shit. I'm just gonna be honest. If you give Lupe Fiasco too much time to talk, he gonna start saying stuff that don't make absolutely no sense. It's narcissist behavior. But it's also a guy starting to believe his own nonsense. He's living in his own world. Done Deal said, I couldn't watch. Salute to a few people was tagging me like, put Challz on. I'm gonna be honest with you. Challz didn't want to go on. I don't want to sit there. I don't want to sit there and listen to Lupe droning on and on about nonsense. Keep it a buck. I have no desire to talk to Lupe Fiasco. I'm just gonna be honest, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. Pretty Mimi in the building, Blue Magic, Chris Mann. All right. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't want to sit down and talk to Lupe. I'm good. He went on, like Poison Ivy said, he went on Quality's show. He went on Jason's show, right? Is it Josiah? Jalape's real name, I think it's Josiah. I could be wrong. It's either Jashawn, or Josiah. He went on Rap Roundtable, right? Am I bugging out? He went on to at least 5-6 different live streams. 5-6 different live streams. Right? Oh, it's exhausting. Nobody needs to be on 5-6 live streams in a matter of 4 days. Nobody. Salute to Taisha for the jewels. Run the jewels, right? Appreciate you. I'm gonna talk about the Nas thing, Maul. That's the first thing I'm gonna talk about. This is my thing with Lupe. Jason, sorry. Salute to Jason. This is my thing about Lupe Fiasco. Some people retreat into their own world. I think Lupe is one of them people, like, if you watch anime or you read comic books and there's a guy that sits in space, he's so powerful and so smart, he sits in space and he just thinks for thousands of years. Imagine how insane that person's thoughts are going to sound to people who live on populated Earth, who live in reality. A guy that sits in space, right, and just thinks. I think he sits in space with his own thoughts. Diego in the building. Dino Alien. And these thoughts, he starts to think that they're right. See, I get to come on here and I say my thoughts, but then I can see the comments, or I can this, that, and the third. And I can gauge reality between what I've built up in my head as whatever. I think Lupe has built up in his head that he has the answers to every question. He's figured out everything, right? What's that show? What's the show about such and such knows it all or whatever? I don't know. But as you're listening to him talk, and Diego's right, he's ultra manipulative too. As you're listening to him talk, you can tell he's not used to either losing arguments or letting people win the argument. And after a while, a person that has that much ego and that much stuff to say, you just sit back and just let him start talk. Let him talk. I'm not like that. I wouldn't be a good interviewer for a guy like that. Clarissa, I think it is Clarissa. Clarissa knows it all or some shit. I don't know. Clarissa explains it all. That's right. Rhodey and T. Clarissa explains it all. In this scenario, he's Clarissa. Lupe is Clarissa right now. Lupe explains it all, gang. That's perfect. Clarissa explains it all. And after a while, it became like every live stream that was announced that he was going to be on, it became less and less exciting to watch. Like, oh yeah? Okay, sure. He's going to be on there, sure. Because his takes, I can't think of a person with worse takes than Lupe Fiasco. Maybe, what's this guy's name over here?
the guy that's always talking about Drake and Kendrick, the music exec, right? What's his name? Salute to Angie for the Jules, Run the Jules. I can't remember homeboy's name, but he makes awful takes too. I did a video on him, right? Can't remember this guy's name right now. Salute, boy, it's hard out there. Says you would have got kicked off the panel of culture last night for not pandering to Lupe's emotions. Oh no, absolutely. It wouldn't have been no pandering whatsoever. It would have been listen. It would have been real crazy, right? Ray Daniels. Lupe might have worse takes than Ray Daniels, gang. Just gonna be honest. Maul said Charles J is my goal, so defensive Nas is something I ain't here for. But Nas doesn't have bars. Listen, gang. Listen. Let's get to this, man. I did a video last night. I apologize to you guys because I put it on behind paywall. I put it on my Patreon and my YouTube members because I didn't want to do a whole lot of fanfare. I just wanted to do a bang, 10 minutes, just get my feelings out there. But I did a video last night called I Got Lupe Fiasco Fatigue. I got fatigue. Silence is golden. And a lot of guys we revere are we make them deities, for lack of a better word, idols and this, that, and the third, because they're quiet, they're measured, they're reserved. You don't need to know every thought that they got. And they damn sure don't need to be on no podcast for 5-6 days straight. Unless they're the host. And even then. This guy, Lupe, he's starting to get into the deep crevices of his mind. Right? The deep crevices of his mind. This guy has a adverse reaction to every rapper. There's not a rapper he don't have opinion of. Which is, okay, we all got opinions. But most of his ain't good. He been saying, back in, what was it, 2014? Or 2018. I think it was 2014. I don't remember what exactly. I think it was 2014. The video resurfaced of Lupe speaking on Kendrick back on that Breakfast Club show, where he tells Rosenberg, now he's trying to say he was trolling. I think it was last night he was talking to either Last Night Company Man or with the Rap Roundtable. One of these godforsaken live streams he jumped on. Now he's trying to make it like I was kind of trolling when he said Logic was better than Kendrick. And he said Joe Budden was better than Kendrick. Logic is better than Kendrick. I believe the year was 2014. And he was on the did I say Breakfast Club? I meant to say I hope I didn't say Breakfast Club. I meant to say Hot 97. I hope I say Hot 97. Hot 97. And see, I want to get to this right here. Real Spit is here once again stirring up shit. I want to get to that comment. But he was on Hot 97 with Peter Rosenberg and Ebro. Not Breakfast Club. I meant to say Hot 97, if I said it wrong. And he goes, Logic. They was like, name some. He's like, Logic. So now he's talking to, I believe it might have been last night or it might have been Rap Roundtable. But there's a clip of him addressing that. It may have been last night. It may have been L addressing that. I think it was L. And he goes, well, did you see Peter Rosenberg's face? I was laughing. Everybody was laughing. So let me get this straight. You were trolling, saying Logic. So either you're trolling Logic or you're trolling Kendrick. Either way, why are you saying that? Even if it's a troll or not, you're supposed to be giving a credible opinion. And you're on here saying that Logic is better. And then he goes, that 1-800 song is one of the greatest songs. So he goes on to try to defend it. So which one is it, my G? Were you trolling? Or did you mean it and you're trying to make it like you're trolling? I saw that. They traded Jaylen Brown. I saw that. So it's weird. Reading the comments. I'm gonna get to Real Spitters. Real Spitter is here for the drama. But Lupe says Logic is better, and he said we're not gonna act like Logic is whack. It's not about saying he's whack. It's not about saying he's whack, Lupe. Kendrick at that point was already goated. At that time you were saying that. And you were saying Logic. Now mind you, right? He says that 1-800 song is one of the greatest conceptual hip-hop records of all time. He says this. He said it, I think it was one of them two interviews. It's so many quotes. He got so many nonsense quotes. Right? And Jinxie's right. How many classes did he teach on Logic? Do you guys know that Logic low-key hates that song? Low-key. I'm almost certain that Logic said he regret making it. That's the biggest song of his career, but he's running away from the song. I watched the documentary on the guy. Well, I don't know if it's a documentary. I think it was Lou Waston, right? So, you named the one song that Logic almost wishes he could delete from his catalog to try to prove that he's better than Kendrick. And I get it, Richie. He can rap. He can rap. That's not the question. That's not the question. He tries too hard to prove he's lyrical. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to say somebody tried too hard. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say he tries too hard to prove that he's lyrical. I know what you're trying to say. I get it. You're trying to say he just tries too hard, period. I'm not going to say he tries too hard to prove that he's lyrical, because then I mean he's lyrical. Right? I'm not going to say he's trying hard to be lyrical. I'm not going to do that to him. But, right, what I am going to say is the culture didn't look at Logic like they looked at Dot, even back then. Even back then. And Real Spitter's comment said, God forbid someone doesn't like, I think he said, your God, Kendrick, right? It's not about Kendrick being a god or not liking him. You could say that. But when you say it for 10 years straight and then try to say with a straight face, you're not hating, and the fans made you like this, it wasn't you. He literally came out his face and said how the fans acted after the Control verse turned them into this. He blamed the fans. Spitter, right? And you got one more quote I'm gonna address, Spitter. I'm not gonna be fooling with your ass all morning. Kendrick received Best Male Hip Hop. Got accolades for Not Like Us. Come on now, Challz. We already talked about this, that he did more than every rapper on there. For March 2025 to March 2026. We already had this conversation. It's not even a question. We already proved all of the rappers in the list. Some of them I say are even filler. They needed 9 names. Some of them didn't make no sense. The Baby. Right? What we talking about? So, end of the day, it is what it is. Sims in the building. Salute, Sims made it. And Jinxie, he was left off control. And he was mad about being left off control, which you guys reminded me. Because somebody told me he was on it. He got spoken on this, so I ran with it. Y'all guys were like, no, Challz, he wasn't on there. He was left off and was mad about that. Think about how insane that is. He didn't mention you on Control, and you took offense to that. So you got to think, all these years he's been mad about being slept on. Process that. He's not even mad about being called out. He's mad that he wasn't. You got to understand how crazy that is. And M. Reed is right. He got to learn to pick his battles, but he's not picking none of them. He's fighting every battle. But they giving him the airtime to do so. And it all started with quality. I got fatigue. I think I'm done. I don't need no more interviews. For God's sake, I don't need to sit down and talk with him. I haven't seen a guy ruin his legacy. All of the OGs, quote unquote, are ruining their legacy. These microphones are a disaster for most of these guys. Dame Dash. J. Cole did a number on his own self a couple months ago. A lot of these guys, we can't look at them the same way. And I think the ones that we haven't saw as corny or lame or whatever, they're the ones not talking. They're the only ones we got left. Right? And I just found out we got a few left like Nas and Jay. Because Jay don't do much talking, but Jay did something like a couple months ago. And oh boy, we lost our mind. I lost my mind. I'm still now learning the repercussions of my speaking out against Jay. I found yet another major Jay-Z fan page has blocked me for my speaking out on Jay. But that means I'm doing my job. I do what I do. I speak up for hip hop. And when Jay came out with that nonsense about hip hop is breakdancing dead, DJing dead, graffiti dead, and we need to drop battling, I spoke out. And yet one of Jay's biggest fan pages, I just found out yesterday, they blocked me. I'm like, I'm blocked here too? But I don't care, because I'm like, I'm going to speak my mind. As much as I've supported Jay over these last couple of years on this mic, the one time I spoke out about him, they got their panties. They got their panties in a bunch. And I'm blocked all over Twitter for that one crazy week. But I don't care. I'm here for hip-hop. And I'm not going to say crazy shit. Salute the Black Mall for the super chat. Lupe doesn't respect MCs who aren't rapping like him, which is, you know what I'm saying, is a lot. With Lupe's nut hugger, bestie, Mickey Facts, Logic, Scarface ain't lyrical, huh? Lupe and Mickey sound crazy. It's crazy to say Scarface ain't lyrical. Scarface is like one of my top 10 of all time. But if you're looking for lyrical miracle, overly trying to overdo it, Scarface not that. But Scarface say the realest lyrics in the most timely manner. He says real life stuff, and he turns basic, everyday things, he'll put the logic into it, and then you got to listen to him. It's otherworldly stuff. He takes ghetto stuff and makes it beautiful and explains it to perfection. Scarface is a lyrical genius. But when it sounds like Lupe ear is trained on that. Let me try to explain this. Because I used to be Lupe. In my Lupe got to be 45, something like, he got to be up there. I was Lupe in my teens, late teens, early 20s, mid 20s. That was me, right? Yes, Chris, Rock Supremacy blocked me. Yes, they blocked me. Just found out. Don't know why. It had to be my Jay-Z rants. They blocked me. Whatever. Don't know when, don't know, don't care, right? But end of the day, I was Lupe when I was young, before I expanded my palette and started to understand, right? I started to understand, oh, that is lyrical too. Not just Redman, not just Busta, right? Oh, they got West Coast MCs that are lyrical as hell, right? To Lupe, hieroglyphics, mad lyrical, right? Souls of Mischiefs, mad lyrical, Razzcast. I can name all the lyrical people before he says them. I know what his definition of lyrical is. I used to be that. I used to, that's all I used to play. OC, Organized Confusion, right? It was a thin line that we walked a thin line back in 93. 93 till infinity, kill all that whack shit. This is how we chill to 93 till. All that lyrical shit. I know who Lupe is. I know exactly who he is. And why he says what he says. That was me before I expanded my palette. I know who he is. Thank you, Mary Brown, for the jewels. Stay hydrated, run the jewels, right? Appreciate you. Water in my cup. I might head to the beach today, gang. Boot camp click, right? So I know who he's talking to. But in 2026, there is a wider palette than what Lupe is going to tell you. And I'm going to talk about his Nas comments last night. We're going to get there. I got it queued up. Right? Is it LMA booed up? Right? I got it queued up. But when you are in, like I said, he's sitting in space. Clarissa explains it all, sitting in space by herself. He came down to earth for us mere mortals to explain zombies and Jesus and Amy Winehouse that he's figured out over these thousands of years. And we ain't doing it right. So he got to come in all these podcasts and explain to us. So let me just say this. As far as lyricists go, because he said something crazy about Nas, I'm going to get to it right now. This almost indisputable fact. No matter how you feel, it ain't many people you could put above Nas. It's almost indisputable. I'm not talking about song making, beat picking. I'm not talking about none of that shit. I'm talking about lyricists on every level. In every decade that he was president. From the time he dropped Live at the Barbecue freestyle verse. Nas has been looked at as one of the greatest to ever do this. I say lyrically, Nasir Jones is the greatest lyricist in hip-hop because he took what Rakim did. Rakim is the greatest too. But he studied the book of Rakim like a Bible. And he elevated on that. Rakim is the greatest wordsmith ever. And to be able to take his words, the God body stuff he brought into hip-hop, the everyday, every man, the competitiveness, he took everything into hip-hop. I take 7 MCs, put them in a line, add 7 more brothers that think they can rhyme. It'll take 7 more before I go for mine. Now that's 21 MCs ate up at the same time. This is one of Rakim's first raps. You're talking about taking out 21 raps at the same time. This guy's next level, gang. And that's not even the tip of the iceberg. Rakim is that guy in space, but he's grounded. He's rapping about space and God and everything else. Nas took that and incorporated the street stuff. Because, let me just say this, Rakim was really in the streets. But he didn't want to portray that on the microphone. He didn't want to rap about that. The rumor was Rakim really was about that life, really, really. But he was like, I'm not bringing that into hip-hop. Nas did. Nas took every images. He looked around. He saw a rat. He saw a gum wrapper. Everything on the block, he would put it all and he would draw an imagery of it. That's lyricism. Everything that we see on our daily struggles in this culture, Nas articulated that very well. Now, Lupe is going to sit here and tell you, let me bring this up. I went the long way around to get here. Because it's preposterous. Let me just say that. Salute to Hip Hop Clips 36, friend of the channel. He said, Lupe Fiasco on Culture United asks about Nas not having great punchlines. And his response is that compared to all the rappers in the world lyrically, Nas doesn't rank high. Right here, I'm going to play the clip. I'm going to play the clip. Right? But I cannot do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I think we ran the course on the school of Lupe. Let's play the clip, see what he got to say.
Nas doesn't have great punchlines, so is he not lyrical? What about other literary devices? I remember Lou praising Blue back in the day. He also isn't a punchline-heavy MC. How can we reconcile this? Open floor.
So in terms of like, if you compare Nas to, if you remove, like again, for me, remove the beat, remove everything else, and just go with the words. If you threw Nas into, and you created the list of just people who rap, which is a big list. There's hundreds of thousands of rappers. And you remove all that, he wouldn't rank high. I wouldn't rank high. That doesn't mean we're not lyricists in our space, but when you isolate it to that, just that fundamental part, a lot of people don't rank high. You know, it doesn't take away from. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
we hear
confused
you.
on why you said you wouldn't rank high.
Thank you, L. Hold up. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. I don't need you to elaborate, my guy. I don't need an elaboration or explanation. Sometimes you hear a clip and it's taken out of context. It's weird shit, gang. Weird shit. He said, take away the beat, take away everything. And this guy teaches hip hop at MIT. And I can understand if he was some Gen Z guy trying to understand. You're supposed to be a premier artist. You're supposed to be top 30 all time. It's millions of rappers since the 70s. Everybody thinks they can rap. There is a standard. Gang, it's almost it's irritating. It's irritating. For you to be Lupe Fiasco, I don't need no more context to this. I don't need no more. I don't need nothing. You just said Nas don't rank high. and neither do I. If Nas don't rank high, then who does? Salute to the super chat. Boy is hard said blasphemy. Maul said Lupe was sounding like Nick Wright explaining how LeBron is better than MJ last night. Cars said Nas is one of Lupe's biggest influence. He even threw himself in there with Nas. You are taking it out of context. If you watch the whole stream, he clears it up after saying he even it doesn't matter. It ain't nothing to clear up. I shouldn't have to watch the whole stream, Kaz. I shouldn't have to watch him up there for 2 hours. Because there's almost no definition of what he's trying, where he's going. It makes no sense. I can play it again if y'all want me to. He said, if you take away the beat, Nas doesn't rank. Oh, you take away all, you strip down everything. So this is what he's trying to say. I'm gonna tell you what he's trying to say. He's trying to say, in the eyes of others, people revere other people more than me and Nas. It's weird. It doesn't matter. Nas is the standard. The highest level. Ain't no Nas don't rank high in no conversation. And Nas, no, he's not a punchline rapper. Which means he's even better. Punchline rappers are shock and awe. They're great for a moment, but how much replay? And I love me some punchlines. But how much replay is that? That's for battles. That's for good little records that, okay, that's cool. I like that. The quick fix. Nas is the standard. There ain't no he doesn't rank high. He's talking about amongst fans. But this is the thing. He always talking about what fans is talking about. These fans are unreliable. Half of them don't know hip-hop. We can't even address half the shit they say. You are supposed to be a hip-hop educated man. You can't go nowhere and have no quote come out about Nas doesn't rank high. It's foo-foo. It's foo-foo. There is no explaining. That's like going to starting the conversation and be like, da-da-da-da-da. Jordan don't rank high. What are we talking about? Most of his takes are based in fans. What people are saying. This is what I'm talking about. Clarissa explains it all, but it's all based in what fans are saying in the comments. You are supposed to be a hip-hop thespian. You're not supposed to be talking about what fans do and don't do. You're supposed to know that Nas is one of the greatest that ever spit rhymes. Period. Ain't no he doesn't. Rank high to who? This is the problem with hip-hop. We're so busy, not we, but let me just say for the record, we're so busy trying to please all these Gen Zs and all these people that don't know what the hell's going on. We're so busy trying to take them into account. Their opinions into account. It ain't just Gen Z. It's people from back then that don't know what the hell was going on even back then. Kaz, listen. You said he was only speaking on one aspect of lyricism, but Nas is the whole package. Listen. Lupe's bugging out. There is no, yeah, Nas lacking in this. He don't rank high. Nas, if this shit was NBA 2K or Madden, Nas 99, my nigga. It ain't none of that. 99. And the only thing you probably could say is commercially. But that's what is it. The hip hop not built to be that. And the crazy thing about it, every time Nas drop, every time he drop, it's clockwork. They talk about his numbers, and then the guys around that same time, most of them, the new guys get the same numbers or less. I remember when King's Disease dropped, I think Nas did 30K, right? I'm trying to remember. And they tried to clown Nas. It's like clockwork. It's like they hate you when you're great. They hate it. So they try to clown Nas numbers. And then when they start looking around, all the other rappers at the time was doing less than Nas. All of them. All of these, it was 10, 15 new school guys, and Nas outsold them all. But they keep wanting to tell us that he's not viable. Everything they was throwing at him that year was, that's why he got the Grammy. First Grammy ever for King's Disease. Salute to Toast God, became a member. Let me go back to the super chat. Appreciate you. DM said, those panelists were carefully selected to placate and not question Justice Mellifluous friend Lupe. I don't know if Company Man and Lupe are friends. I don't know. I can't say. I didn't really watch the stream at all. I watched probably 5 minutes. I came in at the perfect 5 minutes, gang, because the 5 minutes I saw was perfect. It showed me everything I needed to see. I think the next clip I have is the 5 minutes I actually saw. I have another clip. I think it was the one about, oh, the Logic one. Yeah. I tuned in, gang, exactly when he started talking about Logic. Let me do this clip. Sorry, guys. This is what it is today, gang. Sorry. My bad. But let me do this clip. This is another salute the Company Man. That's my guy. I ain't gonna. There's nothing bad about Company Man in here. No slander at all. Right? No slander about Company Man at all. Right? Not doing that. Not having none of that nonsense. There's no quality slander, no Company Man slander. No. No Big Zo slander. Nobody. Nobody. Ain't gonna do nothing to nobody. Right? Now, I got this other clip. And we're going to get to that. Because your boy, still in the immortal words of Q-Tip and Fife, bugging out, you're bugging out, right? This the part I came in on. Too great on the jewels, run the jewels. Appreciate you for the jewels. This the part I came in on. And I checked back out. They asked him about saying Logic was better than Dot. And I watched, this is a 2-minute clip, guys, bear with me. But I'm going to play this clip.
Are you kind of trolling by picking people that are like not really that great, or is there something that we're missing because niggas don't understand the Logic shit at all? Do you still think that?
Logic is a huge fan of me. He's like a brother. I fuck with him a lot. That 1-800 record is probably one of the most important records of all time. And every time we get into some hip hop shit or some rap shit, when you look at what this record really does and mean, and does it move the needle? Is it gonna cause a revolution? It don't do none of that shit. And it becomes about just servicing. Right? He's not whack. We acting like he garbage. That's crazy work.
Nobody said he's whack. Nobody said that. I didn't say he's whack.
Right? And so for me, like, I'm just giving tension, and we it's jovial because I'm talking to Ebro, who's a fucking comedian, right? And I'm talking is it Peter what's his name, Paul Rosenberg, the other Rosenberg,
It's Peter. I
like
think it's Peter.
we Peter Rosenberg, we at Hot 97 vibing. So this isn't meant to be malicious. Like, we're laughing, and I'm making fun of Rosenberg, right? Rosenberg is one of the most influential dudes when it comes to supporting New York.
So he's saying he's trolling Rosenberg with this logic. You got to pay attention to what he's saying.
Rap, period. And I'm talking about at the ground level, and he knows, right? He be at EO Dubs and Homeboy Sandman, and he knows what it really is, right? So I'm playing with him, right? But I'm also hitting him with like, yeah, you got to take that into consideration. Whether you agree with me or not, that's my opinion, right? But when I mention King Los, ain't nobody say nothing, right? Nope. And you don't bring King Los into that shit. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of like, it is what it is, and the homie is fire, and everybody's fire, so cool. But we can have those conversations, right? But we ain't finna discuss Los, are we? IT? No, we're not. Right? So on the other side of that coin, and you saying Rosenberg recently tried to talk him down, like, nigga, you crazy. Lois told him, like, nigga, you crazy? You know how the fuck I get down? When it comes to that, can't nobody see me at all. And he's right. With that said though, I'm not trolling. To me, it's barbershop conversation amongst our friends. And people like to take that really, really seriously. And the one thing that I do check myself on, and what I've learned from this whole experience, is that everybody says it like, bro, you got power. And for me, this shows that, like, yeah, I got power. Because don't nobody respond to a nigga that's not a threat. And the only thing you can be threatened by is power. Right? So if I was a nobody or nothing, you wouldn't care about me at all. We wouldn't be having none of these conversations at all. You wouldn't get platformed or whatever, right? So I'm not mad at that. I feel like I'm getting the opposite of what Doc got when he went at Drake. He went up. I went all the way the fuck down.
But you're half stepping with going at him. That's part of the problem. You're not going at him. You did 4 or 5 podcasts trying to say you ain't going at him. So it's not the same thing. Chat, am I bugging out? Let me know. You're on a world tour of podcasts, explaining yourself with these weird ass takes. Clarissa explains it all. Now, no disrespect to King Los, but where is he at this point in the juncture? Saying somebody's better, it encompasses a lot, gang. Bethany, appreciate you for the Jews. Run the Jews. It says a lot. I don't know. Listen, I don't know how many classic King Los got. And I don't know if anybody ever said Logic got one class, even one. Lupe's debating against himself. He's like, I'm getting the opposite of what Drake got. And Dot went up for dissing Drake. I'm going down. Well, dude, you half-stepping with the dissing, first of all. At least Joey Badass dissed him. Right? And he ain't really diss him. Let's just be honest. He said his piece. Salute the Big Sauce. Big Sis. Big Sis God, just one. Run the Jews. You half-stepping. I ain't never heard a dude talk so much beef in his life. Talk around it, talk over it, under it, circles. Explaining himself badly. Bringing other rappers into it. Got nothing to do with it. Nas get dragged into so much shit, gang. Nas get dragged into so much shit, has nothing to do with him. You literally said Nas don't rank high. That I don't know what conversation. You could be talking about dressing. I don't know what conversation we talking about. I don't need to hear the context. I do not need to hear the context. We talking rapping? Yeah. We talking about Nas? Yeah. We talking about Nas don't rank high? We can stop the conversation. Ain't no context. Don't care. You could be a strictly Southern rap head that don't listen to nothing but 8 Ball and MJG, this, that, and the third. I don't want to hear you say Nas don't rank high. Because then we don't have nothing to talk about. I don't care the context. It ain't many contexts you're going to say. The whole rap better convo is pointless. Between Lupe and K Dot, both are signed artists. Once you sign a deal, it's about the music. I don't think a rapper is just about your actual raps. That's only part of it. To be a rapper, especially a signed one, you got to be able to make records. Like he said, I can name 100 rappers better than K Dot. I'm gonna say it again, should be 1,000. But that don't mean that they are good at rapping for a living. Yeah, you can sit there and get a couple guys that got a couple battles, they did a couple good verses, and their career ain't nowhere near what this guy is. Even Lupe's career is not where Dot is. Gang, help me out. Help me out. You guys can tell me. I'll be wrong about some stuff. I think Lupe came out before Dot. Help me out in the comments. Help me out in the comments. I think Lupe came out before Kendrick. Now Lupe gonna have 100 excuses. The label this, Jay-Z that. 100 excuses. But at the end of the day, a lot of rappers got dropped. A lot of rappers had issues with their label. And they kept rapping. And the world kept checking for them. Kendrick just so happened to not get dropped by his label. Right? The jealousy is seething off the screen, gang. He came out before Dot, but Dot gets all the accolades. He can tell you the entire K Dot's career. He just took another jab. Kendrick went up. Meanwhile, I'm going down. You can't get more hated than that. Right? Maybe he misunderstood, right? Maybe he misunderstood. And I ain't listened long enough. Tiff said Lupe 44. It's getting clear cut. You haven't respected this man for over a decade. You hate that he gets this kind of respect. You would rather support his enemy, Drake, than support him because you feel like those are the shoes that you should be wearing. He says it all the time. He got a better team. When people say shit like that, they're low-key trying to diminish it and take your credit. He gets better beats. Everything he gets is better, but I'm lyrically superior. He says this. Spitter, you gotta chill out, gang. You got. I can't hear with this nigga. Oh man, that tickled me. That tickled me. Spitter said he got 50 accounts. When I come in, I come in. Challz, you should see the last 2 minutes before he went out of the live. He was weird about that. Listen. Appreciate you for the Jews. Run the Jews. Listen. This guy really, it is apparent at this point, he is seething mad that Dot gets this love. He's homeboy on the couch in belly. A lot of heat coming off that couch. He's homeboy with the banana in belly. You're right. I got to stay hydrated. Salute the beautiful Leo. I just drank 1 cup of water. I need another one. It's hot in here. I got one right here. So, we're seeing a man. His true feelings are coming out, and they're giving him a platform to do so. Several platforms. It's great for the content creator. It's great. This is what we do this for, to give moments like that. Right? But to keep trying to explain away your obvious disdain. At this point, it's disdain. At this point, it's disdain. At this point, it's disdain. He probably left the room when the Super Bowl was on, when the halftime show came on. At this point, it's disdain. These takes are proving that he lives in his own bubble. Right? I got another 57 second clip. Because we need to get this out the way. We need
first time.
We need to get this out of the way. At this point, no one's accusing you of hating. It's just proving it now. You're just proving it now. Let me get this Let me get this up here. And why do you got to keep saying that? He said he'll be. Why do you got to keep saying that? To keep bringing you on shows, and you keep reiterating I can beat him on bars. First of all, that shit is subjective. You still got people who say he won against Royce, he lost against Royce. That shit is subjective. So what else can you beat him at? Gang, let me explain something to you. It's like me being a really good. I'm in the NBA with another guy, and this guy is a monster. I'm good too, but he does everything better than me, but the crossover. Right? They be like, yo, that nigga Challz got that nigga crossover crazy, B. Yo, he crossed up da. Like, remember when Allen Iverson crossed up Jordan that one time? AI fans still talking about Allen Iverson crossed up. Yo, when he crossed Jordan, he broke his ankles. All this shit. Sound really good. But Allen Iverson was on the bench crying when he didn't get that championship. Am I bugging out? Allen Iverson never got one. Jordan got 6. Allen Iverson was the greatest to almost be. And he gets revered in circles. NBA circles, basketball circles. Allen Iverson, you can't say nothing bad about him. He changed the league. He changed the game with his hair, with his clothes, with his style of dress. He made the league hip-hop. He did all of that. But if I'm Allen Iverson and all I keep talking about is Jordan do this, that, and the third better than me, but I can cross the hell out of niggas. At some point, it's a moot point. It doesn't matter. He beats you in everything else. Leave it at that. So at this point, effectively, Lupe Fiasco is talking about his really great crossover. I can beat Kendrick in bars, nothing else. Bro, you're bragging about a crossover. You got almost 0 championships. What are we talking about? The reason everybody's having you on the podcast, for one, you're going. And for two, you're saying wacko jacko shit. Let me play this clip, man. And yeah, we running long.
To land this plane, after what I've seen today for the first time and what I saw yesterday for the first time, my perspective on the whole situation has completely changed. From the moment that I said what I said up at High 97. And everything after that. And everything before it too. So at this point, man, like I didn't mention dude's name in the past 2 years.
Dude's name.
I'm good. You probably won't see Lupe for a while. The next time you see me is on the tours coming up or the shows, you know. But I'm out of the conversation. I hope this lands it. If you feel I ain't shit, I'm not gonna be shit. It is what it is. But just know, and it's gonna come out because people are gonna know what I'm talking about. And they're gonna research it and find it. And y'all gonna have conversations once y'all get off the phone. You're gonna be like, damn, that really happened. So that really vindicates him. Okay, cool. But until then, I'll see y'all later, man. Peace and love. Much love to you.
So, it sounds like he's alluding to something, some inside thing that he may be privy to that he's mad about. I don't think Lupe knows doesn't matter. Whatever you feel, it don't matter if we don't know it. Either you gonna say that shit or shut up. He just basically said he regret. I'm not gonna use the word regret, but it sounded like he feels silly for the shit he said before, during, and after today. That weird ass shit that he just left on. Now let's see if he get on another podcast after saying you won't see Lupe for a while. This is the thing about Lupe, gang, and I'm gonna keep it up. But I never heard this much conversation from this guy ever. I'm just gonna be honest. I'd never heard him talk this much in my life. But if I'm talking about you, I know you. I'm supposed to be cool. We're supposed to be good. I'm good with TDE. That's what he said. I'm good with TDE. When you refer to me, you're talking about me, right? You're talking about me. And you go, I ain't mentioned dude in 2 years. I ain't mentioned dude's name in 2 years. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in where we come from, our culture in the streets, when you start calling him dude, I ain't talking about dude in 2 years, who has said nothing to you in a decade. Now he's dude. And you're done talking. You're the only one talking. It's a one-sided conversation. When you start saying dude, you're dismissing him because you're so upset. You don't even want to say his name. And that's where we are with Lupe Fiasco. A sad, bitter man who's done too much talking. Trying to explain it all. Clarissa explains it all. Clarissa, you explained enough. I think we don't need to hear no more. Ashley hit it right in the head. When you say dude, old girl, etc., you don't respect them. The thing with us in this culture, if you got a beef, I'd rather you say it. Or don't. Don't give me 5 days of explaining of how you don't got beef. You're just better. I learned a long time ago, back when I was that backpacker that only liked lyrical niggas. Lyrical niggas. I learned a long time ago, a lot of that don't matter. A lot of that don't matter if you're not reaching the people. If you don't have a career in place, if you don't have people paying for your tickets for your shows, buying your music at any level, then it don't matter how much bars you got, how good you rap. None of that shit matters. Like I brought up Hieroglyphics earlier, West Coast. Hieroglyphics have maintained an independent career for 25 years. They got dropped from Jive Records. Remember that song? This Is How We Chill from 93. Well, their second album didn't do so well. Because Lyrical Miracle Backpack dudes like myself, when they dropped their second album, they got away from samples because everybody was using samples and they're getting sued. And they started making their own beats, using keyboards, this, that, and the third. And us, Lyrical Miracle, we wanted soul samples. We were like, that album ain't that good. In hindsight, Souls and Mischief second album was good, but it was okay. But we didn't like it, so they ended up getting dropped. Souls and Mischief, High Road, all of them end up getting dropped. Well, they didn't just say we got dropped, that's it. They went and became independent, started selling their CDs direct to consumers. They kept touring, and they've been doing that for 25 years. Right now, you go to Hieroglyphics page, they're probably on tour, they probably got new music. They never stop. They don't complain about other rappers. They don't try to compare themselves to other rappers. They just work and do the job, right? Another independent rapper I see who low-key minds his business, Prof. White rapper, right? I just got turned on to Prof probably 2 years ago. And I've been a fan. And this guy hustles, he grinds, he doesn't complain about other rappers. He just makes his videos, makes his music, caters to his fan base, does his job. He doesn't go around talking about, well, K Dot ain't this, that. This is what you got to understand. There's levels to this. Lupe is not on Dot's level and it burns him up. Okay? It burns him up. You just seen a whole week of him being burnt up because he didn't make that level. He didn't get to the next team. He's still playing in the D League. He's not in the pros no more. Right? He playing Ice Cube's Big 3 basketball at this point, which is a great league to be in. Morty said we can't discredit Lupe. He discredited himself. He discredited himself. You can't put this energy out and not expect to be criticized. And I know his fans are like, Challz, no, you're taking it out of context. No. He's talking too much, and he needs somebody to say something. It's starting to get to a point where we're coddling him and making excuses. Everybody trying to figure out what he's saying. I'm not. I don't care. This dude's looking like a hater at this point. I'm not going to sit here and be like trying to figure out what Lupe's trying to say. You said enough, my G. You done went from Dot to Nas and everybody else and have a different reason of why they all not as great. Clarissa explaining it all. I'm supposed to sit there for 2 hours and figure out why Nas ain't. Get out of here. Keep it. Go back to space. Go back to outer space and sit out there for a little while. Thinking to yourself. Because down here, Nas is great and Dot is great. I don't know what they got going up in outer space up by past Andromeda Galaxy and all this shit. Or whatever it is. I don't know what's going on out there. I can't get there. It take a lot of light years to get there. Can't get there. Can't make it. Right? But down here, Nas is great. And when rappers who are supposed to be great speak down on other rappers, and then they try to level them off, you try to level off Dot with Logic. Gang, make that make sense. You try to level off Dot with King Los. Make it make sense, my G. So at some point, you're talking nonsense, and somebody got to say it. No, I don't want to be on a podcast with you. I don't want to have a conversation with you. Because it's going to go just like this. I'm not going to be able to do it. It's going to go just like this. Not going to let you say silly shit. I'm not going to sit there and watch you formulate dumbass opinions and takes. And not say nothing. Not going to be able to do it, my G. It is what it is. Respect is given when it's earned. You're being disrespectful. Right? And just imagine, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's play with it. Let's have a moment, gang. We're gonna have a moment before I get out of here. What does all this talking and shit? What do a Lupe versus Kendrick versus look like? What do that look like? All this talking, my G, you doing mad talking. What do it look like? Are we cutting off beats and just rapping? What do it look like? How many songs we getting in? Are we getting 20? Are we doing 20 for 20? At some point, all the talking, man, at this point, man, at all the talking, we got to dead this shit. This nigga doing too much. Sarah, salute to Sarah. She said, if Lupe shows up here, just write your questions on paper and stick to the camera since he can't stop talking. Ain't no questions. Ain't no questions. My only question, this is how the interview gonna go. For all that talking, what do the verses look like? Do you guys realize the whole conversation started off of lyrical miracle rappers don't sell records? Do you guys understand that that's how we got here? And technically, they really don't. You have an anomaly. He went in Kowality's chat. It was like, I sold 20 million records. That's how we got here. So again, my G, all that other shit, let's move past every wacky, goofy thing Clarissa said. What do the verses look like, my nigga? What do the Kendrick versus Lupe verses look like? One-on-one, my G. Fuck that battle shit. You want to sit there and write all these fucking bars about moon stars and quasars. What do the verses look like, nigga? What do the career look like? And that's why he mad. He done gave you every excuse. His production's better. His team is better. His A&R, TDE's amazing. I'm still cool with TDE. But lyrically, if I put out a pen and pad and he pulls out a pen and pad, I'm better. That is not how this works. That is not how this works, my G. Sad ass scary shit, gang. Going forward, man. The next time this nigga bring this nigga name up, the very next time, just be like, okay, so how the verses look? How many songs you get before you washed? 3, 4? How many songs you get before you washed? Let me know. Superstar, kick, push. Right? How many songs before you cooked? We've been doing a lot of dancing around and tiptoeing around this nigga. How many songs before your ass is cooked, my G? Are you going to make it 5? Are you going to make it 6? Are you going to make it 10? You ain't going 20. We're not even going to let you go 20. So all this talking and yapping How many songs you get, my G? How long you think it's gonna last? And we'll do this. We'll do this, my G. You know how they say when you playing basketball, they spot you some points. Nigga, we'll say you get to delete 10 of his songs. You get 10 songs he can't even do. We'll handicap the nigga. We do this. Lupe versus Kendrick. Lupe get to pick 10 songs that Kendrick cannot do. Lupe get to pick 10 songs that Kendrick cannot do. We'll handicap the nigga. We'll handicap the nigga. Lupe versus Kendrick. Kendrick got a handicap. He can't do 10 records that Lupe picked. Still washed. All this talking. All this talking. How Method Man say? No, it wasn't Method Man. It was my guy Golden Arms, right? Talk. He told Method Man, talk. I don't know if y'all saw that old Wu-Tang interview. Method Man's like, yo, I was up at the radio station. Y'all niggas ain't even go with me, right? What's Golden Arms' real name? What's my guy from Wu? Not Deck. What's homeboy's name? God, I can't think of his name right now. It's too early. But that old Wu-Tang documentary, Golden Arms, right? He told that old Wu-Tang documentary. Meth was talking. Meth was mad. Meth came on the tour bus, was mad. They was all talking. Everybody was arguing. And Meth was like, well, what about y'all niggas? I went up to the radio station. None of y'all went with me. That's it. EP from the HP. You got said, what you do when you get there? All you did was talk. It's classic, gang. Classic hip-hop memory. Classic. That might have been on one of them hip-hop documentaries. I don't remember which one. Talk. All right, nigga. Since you still want to keep talking, how about this then? Fuck all that. Fuck all that shit you talking. Right here, we done. Nigga, what we gonna do? Rapper versus rapper, all this. I'm a better lyricist. He's better than me to everything. Okay, crossover, nigga. You want to do crossovers the whole fucking battle? How about this? And then we gonna get out of here. The rest of the show supposed to be Lil Wayne, Mr. Show in Maine, and motherfucking Pooh Shiesty recorded his own robbery. DN. That's it. I'm not even talking about that shit no more. Right? We ending this shit on Lupe. All this talking. All week. I think you're right, it was the show. Classic hip-hop documentary. All this talking. Shit that you can't quantify. I'm a better lyricist than you guys probably. No, nigga, we done talking, nigga. This what we gonna do. You get to take away 10 of K-Dot's records. 10. Handicap the nigga. And I see him cooking your ass. How about that? All this who can out rap who and all this goofy shit. Logic and all this goofy ass shit. And he dead ass serious. Gang, listen. I'm not I'm not gonna keep talking about this guy, man. This let me just say this, and I'm just on a tangent right now. This is what me, this shit, this energy, this is what they trying to get away from. Appreciate the Jews, run the Jews. I am the dinosaur they want out of here. Faith Brown, run the Jews, I appreciate you. Boy, it's hard out there. Me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. Me. Because it's only but it ain't gonna be too long where you gonna keep okay? It ain't but too long you gonna keep Clarissa explaining it all to me. Well, you coming down from the farthest reaches of the galaxy to explain why you're the best, nigga. Okay? Sooner or later, a nigga like me, I'm in the back of the barbershop waiting to get my cut. In about an hour in, I ain't even said nothing. I'm gonna be like, nigga, shut the fuck up with all that shit, nigga. How many songs you got, nigga? You a rapper, you cuz in the chair, you keep talking about the nigga. How many raps you got? How many? Let's hear your shit then, nigga. He on his way down here. Nigga just talk. So nigga did all that talking for a week. He keep giving it up, but he a better artist than me. Then what the fuck we talking about then? You know, been talking for a goddamn 7 days. Every goddamn reason in the book to keep talking. Since we talking, how about this, nigga? We're gonna give you, put the 10 of your, how many songs you got? How many records, nigga? You still talking? How about this? Verses. And verses include performing. So you can do the Big Daddy Kane. Remember when Big Daddy Kane went against KRS? Did a whole bunch of freestyles, this, that, and that. You could do all that shit. Kane didn't have a lot of records. KRS has tons of records. Kane was an underdog, but Kane came in, did a lot of freestyles. He balanced it out. And I said Kane did his job. Right? I don't see it going like that. I do not see it going like that. I see one of the worst defeats in hip-hop history. I see you losing bad. Like, not even close. Not even close. So, right here, today, all the nonsense, right? Because hip-hop getting to be a little tiptoe type of shit. Right? It's getting to be like, oh, let him talk. After a while, shut up, nigga. Shut up. You getting big bone brolic and this, that, and the third, because everybody letting you talk. Nigga, shut up. You can't beat this nigga in no way, shape, or form. You might cross him up one time. So why do you keep talking about this nigga? All right? At some point, somebody in the culture got to stand up and say, nigga, enough. Enough. We don't need your MIT explanation. You don't got 20 records to get this nigga no kind of comp. You'll come in here with a whole bunch of freestyles that nobody fucking knows. Nigga, you're not better in any fucking way at all. Accept that shit. Stay in your fucking lane. My G. Everybody respected you before this. But you keep going on. And I'm sure Real Spitter on one of his accounts going crazy right now. Purple Haze. Can anyone explain to me why everyone's blaming the fans for their hate? They need to get offline. I mean, they need to get offline being influenced by fans. I'm not buying it. So if we barbershop talking, somebody got to actually come in here with the barbershop energy. I haven't heard nobody come at this nigga with the energy. This is where I come in. Enough, nigga. Enough. We placated and coddled your ass long enough. It's been a week of your ass. And stop saying you're cool with TD. That has nothing to do with nothing. Nothing to do with nothing. Rappers, my G. We rappers. You homeboy just hit it. Vincent just hit it right in the head. MIT got him gassed up. And let me just, I'm gonna say this, gang. This might be unpopular. I don't know if you can teach this shit. You can do your best, right? You can do your best to try to teach it. I really don't know if you can teach this, especially the eggheads. I'm just sorry. I don't know if this can even be taught, especially the eggheads. It is what it is. So you trying to put a nice bubble, a little package on it, try to make it easy to digest. Sooner or later, you're going to water it down. And you're going to start to believe your own nonsense. You start trying to put in boxes and formulas of how to explain lyrics to niggas. You start saying shit like dumb shit like Nas don't rank high. And Logic is better than Kendrick. And 1-800 is the most influential to fucking who, my nigga? How much time we got? How far are we gonna go with this shit? This is the type of dude make you start disrespecting people that you didn't need to disrespect. 1-800 is a great song and it helped a lot of people, but let's not go fucking crazy. Okay? Let's not lose focus. There's a song out there called We Gonna Be Alright, which is damn near the black anthem. We're not gonna go crazy. Right? We're not gonna go crazy, my G. See, I'm that nigga that don't want to do the podcast with a guy like that. Because it's gonna get this energy. And I cut niggas back off. So it's different. I don't let you say silly shit around me. It's different. I don't gotta placate to your ass. I'm different. That's why YouTube slowing down a lot of my shit as is. Okay? I'm different. I'm a different animal. And I really know this hip-hop shit, and I know what it's about. And I know damn well the shit you're saying sound like you're talking to people who don't understand this culture. You're trying to get mad technical about the lyricals and da-da-da-da-da. Nigga, verses. Can you beat them or not? No. Okay, then what the fuck you keep talking about it for? End of story. Chief Trey said 1-800 ain't better than Count Me Out. And it's crazy because he bringing niggas' names up, and now you got to go at these guys. Lane 4, do you really think folks are placate? Yes. Because you got to. You have to. If I'm a live streamer, content creator, and I get a national artist like Lupe on, I'm not going to try to upset him. I'm going to try to placate. I'm going to let him say some stuff. I'm going to let him finish the thought, get it off. I'm going to sit there and wait, and he's long-winded. That is literally the definition of placating. So if he's on rap round table, rap round house, or whatever, and then he goes on a tirade, and you can't cut him off this, that, and the third. At some point, you're placating to him. Okay? It's one thing to let him speak. It's another thing to try to let the nonsense takes live. Two different things. Real Spit is back. I guess the time I've been on too long. The time I was over. You say, why y'all don't want to speak on Kanye versus Kendrick? Because it's not about Kanye. What the fuck talking about Kanye for? Why we talking about Kanye? This has nothing to do with Kanye. I'm confused. It's a moot point. It makes no sense. That's the definition of a whataboutism. Stay focused, my G. This is why they timing your ass up. Gang, listen. We ran late. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this, that, and the third. This, that, and the third morning show. It is what it is. End of the day, man. I'm not. This Lupe thing has gone too far without nobody saying, nigga, you can't beat this nigga in nothing. Versus, this guy's better at everything than you. He got a bigger fan base, got better records, got better songs, more love, more people that stay in your lane and just be happy with the lane. You're mad bitter. But we shouldn't know that. I'm sure there are a lot of rappers bitter too. But we don't know that. I don't know how nice and smooth feel right now because they're not on here every damn day. All in the comments. Like you said in that last scene, you said, I'm going to fall back good. It's time, my G. It's time to have a seat, cool off, get a nice ice cold glass of water, lemonade, fall back. Head back to that space, stone chair out there in the past Andromeda where you sit by yourself with your thoughts. Sit there. Sit there and reflect. I don't know what you would think was going to happen when you went out here on all these interviews. They weren't even interviews. It's just you rambling on. Talk. And these people, poor godforsaken people, had to sit there and make sense of this shit and try to have rebuttal questions. No, nigga. No. At some point, it's nonsense to try to make sense of nonsense. You can't beat the nigga in the story in nothing. Accept it. Salute the nice and healthy for the Jews. Run the Jews. Gang, listen, I'm out of here. I don't got nothing to say about this guy. I'm out of here. That's the one question they ain't asking nigga. What can you beat the nigga in? You got such a gripe with him. What can you beat him in? Just asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. What can you beat him in? Okay, we get it. You might can cross him over. What else? Vanna with the Jews. Run the Jews. Listen, gang, I'm out of here. I got to go. I'm going to the beach. Down by the beach. I'm going to the beach, gang. Stay hydrated. It's hot as shit. I appreciate you guys watching, man. Head on over to these guys right here. Tom, thanks for the Jews. Head on over to these guys right here. Right? Black-Yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. All right? Good people over there. Right? And by the end of this, I'll probably be called some kind of dick rider or something. But facts is facts, gang. The only reason he making news is because he keep talking about this guy. And he knew it. He figured it out. Cheat code. If you wanted to battle, just make the record and put it out. Doc have no choice to respond or not. He have a choice to either respond or not. Put the record out. You did a whole week of talking about hip-hop. You did a whole week of talking about hip-hop. Well, nigga, if you that nice, write the record or don't. Go back into outer space, sit out there for a little while. One or the other. Tim said Doc could come teach his class better than him. Probably. Probably. With less nonsense. With less nonsense. This is what happens when you go out here and you make nonsense a daily career. People get to comment on it. We're not letting off your ass. You said it, we're gonna comment on it. This hip hop. You claim to know it all, teach that in your class. Teach this in your class. Break this down. This whole week, break it down. Gang, I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys. It was a good morning. I'm gonna catch up on that flip side, man. I think that's all I got for you. Where's my shit? I'm going out with the music, gang. Peace.
I need the whole left side. Every seat by the window, I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too, slide your feet over. Everything by this window, I need this. All these seats. Move over, thank you. Excuse me, thank you. Look. He deserve an EGOT, he hot, color like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, lethal weapons, lethal injections through off your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady on